Hello everyone, my name is Uthris, and welcome to Space Engineers. It has been quite a while since I have loaded this up. I have been waiting on planets for the past couple months. I didn't want to go ahead with the ship design series as planets kind of threw a wrench in planning for the future in terms of like landing on planets, taking off from planets, atmospheric flight, hydrogen thrusters, and the difference between ion thrusters. And so what I'm going to do now is kind of start it back up again, and I'm going to be doing creative initially, but you guys can let me know if you want me to do a survival series or not. But essentially I'm going to be trying to design some things to help people deal with planets, or give you ideas on how to deal with planets. And I think that's something to be excited about because it's something new, and the possibilities for space engineers, it just keeps growing and growing. I hope medieval engineers catches up at some point, but until now, it's essentially space engineers is just light years ahead. So what we have here, some new of the starting locations. So you can start on Earth, Mars, an alien world, which would have spiders and stuff. A moon, of course, less gravity. A full star system, a habitable planet, and then of course our normal things. I'm just doing a habitable planet to start, and no mods. I'm doing this vanilla. I'm gonna go ahead and load in here, and we'll see where we are on this wonderful Earth-like planet. Well, it spawned us in space, so I'm going to be flying down to the planet's surface for a while, but I just wanted to recreate the Elite Dangerous Horizons logo because it's here. It looks nice. This is the world that it spawned us in on. We have a nice Earth-like planet. Above it, we have a nice moon. And then I believe if we look down here, yep, a few asteroids kind of sitting around, so that's pretty cool. And I don't know if they are generated to infinity like normal or not. This is kind of the first time I've loaded this up, as when planets came out I was actually out of town. I was visiting family for preemptively, so I wouldn't have to go down for the holidays, as prices and things skyrocket, and going across the country is a little bit of a pain. So that's where I've been for a while. If you guys have missed that, that's why content has been a little bit repetitive, a little bit slow trickling in. And so now that I'm back, I'm hopefully going to be making some new content for sure. We're at 1,000 subscribers, which is wonderful. Thank you guys again for all your continued support, and I'll be making a video for that here within the next day or so. I went out and bought a webcam, and you guys will get to see my face. Hopefully that doesn't cause you to unsubscribe. Oh well. Anyways, I'll see you guys at the planet's surface, and we can get building on some sort of survival shelter without the survival part. Alright, welcome to the Earth-like planet. We are in one of the spawning vehicles that spawns you in now. So it's a pretty hefty looking lander for sure. It's a large ship, which is pretty interesting. I would have expected kind of a small ship to get started, because these landers and starting ships always tend to be abused in my opinion. But it does have some useful functions on this one. We have a large ore detector and things of that nature. So we're gonna cruise around for a little bit and find a suitable base location on this Earth-like planet. Now, what I'm going to be probably looking for is the... Oh, let's look at our ore detector. Is that even on? Okay, cool. It is. And so what we're going to be mainly looking for is water, because water is how you're going to be making hydrogen fuel, and hydrogen fuel is what you're going to be using to get large items into space itself, because atmospheric engines don't, they run out of power as soon as they're out of the atmosphere, and you're not out of gravity at that point. And then ion engines are just generally too weak. Now I'm sure you could probably do a combination to get the air engines to get you to the edge, and then ion from there, but it is pretty risky to probably do so like that. I'm going to go ahead and skip to where we are setting up our base, but I did want to show you guys kind of the default lander and kind of the varied landscape that you can get. I really like some of these plateaus that are carved in. It's very flat in areas, mountainy in others. They did a wonderful job in making these planets feel very large, but then also scalable for the Space Engineers universe to make them playable. So that's definitely something they had to balance at tedium, probably, but I think they did a pretty good job for sure. Good job, Keaton Software House, on that. Alright, here we are off in the distance. You can see the frozen lake that we're going to be building beside. It has taken me a little while to find something such as this, but don't worry, there are also frozen pockets of ice underneath the rock. I'm just trying to find something on the surface because I think it'll look cool. You know, the way the mountains and everything in the background look. It looks very nice. So let's go ahead, pick a landing spot. If we head over in this direction. Now, I know I am on creative, but I'm kind of role-playing here as if this would be what you would need to find kind of first. You're going to need water for oxygen and hydrogen for your jetpack to get around. And then afterwards, you're probably going to need some iron and uranium to start fueling things. So the first construction that you're probably going to have to do is most likely going to be some sort of rover to scout out the terrain. I mean, you can use the lander for sure. The problem is, one, it's heavy. I'm sure it consumed a whole lot of fuel, so that's not really an option at the moment. So in this episode, we will be focusing on building a small rover to get us started here. Now, I believe I just hovered over iron, but sometimes this thing's so drifty that by the time I realize that I've hovered over something and start turning around to slow down. Oh, there it is. Okay, so a lot of this stuff's going to be under the ground. Oh, there's also uranium here and gold, so we kind of have everything that we need at this point. We have water off in the distance, uranium, gold beneath us, so I think here is where we're going to set up base. Okay, apparently the lander is set to auto lock, so we'll go ahead and hop out here. Walk on down. You guys can see kind of how big this lander is. I kind of wish it was made out of small ship blocks, as you could probably condense this down a whole lot. Let's go out the airlock. And down we go. So, not really flat. I'm going to fix that, because that's going to bug me a whole lot. Now, if I turn off the reactors, turn off those, let it settle. There we go. Relock it down. I can turn the reactor back on because I'm sure that's just better fuel. Alright, now if we head down here, now that we're actually flush to the ground, you can just see how wonderful the landscape is. Now, what I want to do is build a new station. Now, one, also apparently I can take my helmet off. Now, I don't know why I can't rotate these. They probably changed something here for rotating station of some kind. So let's go through the controls just real quick. See if we can't find anything. Hold to look around, rotate up, down, that's normal. Rotate blocks. Ah, B. So if you press B, when you go to make a new station, what's going to happen? It's going to unlock it. And actually, it kind of auto-aligns, apparently, to our orientation. Now, setting this at the right level, I think, is important to set a good foundation height. And so I'm going to try for about half the block embedded into the ground. And then you build like normal. So we are in creative, so we can do the whole drag and drop. So let's do a 3x15 setup, just so we can get a platform going. Now I'm going to ramp because eventually this is going to be a garage to hold our light kind of vehicle to get around. It'll have an ore detector and everything that we need of that nature. Now see, this is one of those moments where I kind of wish there was maybe an actual wall tile that wasn't a full meter by meter. That's not really good. Like, I'm so used to building in medieval engineers that I kind of wish they had just a solid armor piece like this to use. I think that would be pretty cool. Okay, guess they don't want that to be there, so I'll have to widen this out by 1. And that'll be fine. That might give us some extra room to work with vehicle-wise. And also, I could probably even use the old interior door as a wall of some kind. I mean, as long as you keep it shut. Well, unless it doesn't really want to snap to the end. What else could I use for a wall? Glass doors? Steel. Okay, catwalks. You can do kind of a thin wall. I guess that's kind of our only option at the moment. As we come up with our light garage here. Now, what I also want to do, of course, is build our small ship. So, I'm going to plop this down. It's going to be a rather small item for sure. Now, the fighter cockpit's kind of always the best thing to do when you're doing something small, unique, kind of narrow, but this is an LAV. Well, not LAV, it's a LRV? Light Recon vehicle, I guess. So we'll put the normal cockpit in here. I don't like how close you are to the window, though. It's always kind of bugged me since that update. Now, probably the best thing to do is hook up solar power to the actual structure here, and then make it so this thing can just recharge. That's probably the best way to go about it, in my opinion, but you guys can use fuel if you want. And then let's go ahead and get a medium cargo container. And then we can actually hook that up with the connector itself. Actually, I'm thinking I might actually need more landing gear. 'Cause I believe when I was watching Last Stand Gamers build, or was it XP Gamers? I believe he had a problem where an item actually broke just from the weight, so multiple landing gear is probably key. And where's our connector? So connector. So there's that. We can hook that right up. Alright. Then we're going to need some wheels. We decide on placement now. We may want this to try and connect a little bit more flush. There we go. So the front will be steerable, the back will be kind of just hard, non-steerable. So wheel. Now, do I want a suspension? Even if it's not going to be steerable? I don't know. Okay, let's give this a try. Alright, now I can delete our landing gear. Let it just kind of fall straight on its face. Did I put these like upside down or something? Did not expect that much weight to be required. Wheel cannot be placed. Yes, I know. So if I try and move, it does it. Not very friendly, but we are very low to the. Oh no, no. Oh well, actually, that kind of suspension saved us there. So let's see if we can't go into the suspension and height offset. Let's raise the height offset a little bit. Nope, still not high enough. -10? No? Let's try and wiggle off this platform. Oh, okay, too far. And try this again. Let's do the height all the way up here into the positives. That might fix it a little bit. Nope. I have like hardly any experience creating an actual vehicle when it comes down to space engineers. Okay, no. Doesn't really like this very much. Wheels have always been a little weird for me. So let's bump down the steering angle to 10 degrees. Proportion power, friction's fine, dampening's fine. Height offset. Okay. There we go. Now we have a little bit of height to us, which is good. Alright. So speed. I kind of want to set a cap to our speed. Because if we go too fast, this thing's going to freak out. So do they have speed limit? There we go. Let's do a speed limit of 25. Now let's test this. So we're going 25. Not bad. Pretty smooth. Turning's a little jumpy. But for our first little kind of scout ship so far, it's doing alright. So we can back this up. Oh god, nope. Don't go too fast. Easy now. Boy. Now I'll probably want to lock the back wheels from turning. And then what this back connector can do as well, we can even hook multiple of these together to try and make a train of some kind. Maybe different modules to bring along. So we hop out. Let's go ahead. I doubt. Oh, can I actually put solar panels on this now? Because that's kind of cool if I could make it solar powered. It's got a pretty low center of gravity, and I'm not really worried about it tipping over. But I do need it to turn quick enough for sure. Come on, make it up. Make it up. No? Okay. That's that. Alright everyone, I took the liberty to go ahead and add some more details to our rover and the little garage area that we had constructed. It looks pretty nice, fairly open, but not overly large for the vehicle that we do store in here. It could in fact fit just a slightly bigger variant as well, I'm sure. But what I did add is, let me turn on my headlights, are the yellow kind of armor bits here to give it kind of a suspension feel and a little bit more utility. So it's marked by blue and yellow. Yellow kind of means utility vehicle to me. And I had to extend the back end of the connector just so it fits beyond the solar panel. And let's go ahead and unplug it here. There we go. Go ahead and out. It's becoming evening in my save. As you can see. Man, I can't wait till maybe we expand and do some more cool builds for sure. Let me hop on forward here. Just squeeze on out. Turn on our headlights because it is getting darker. You can see we can cruise around. And now I also added the wheels to the hotbar so I can increase our max speed. If that's something, if I'm doing kind of a longer straight line journey, I can do that. You know, increase it to maybe 54K and then decrease it back down as needed. Oh boy. And make sure to slow down for turns. Yeah, anything higher than 20 becomes a little shaky. So for turns, I like to bring it down to about 18 or so. That gives me a decent turn radius and good control. And then I can increase it to like 36 for a little bit. Just everything looks fairly nice. Maybe you can see the Mars planet up there in the evening, the alien planet off in the distance. Guys, I'm super excited to be back into this. So go ahead, if you guys are new to the channel, subscribe for more creative goodness. Go ahead and leave a comment down below if you guys want to see something specifically built next. And I'll see you guys in the next episode.